It had been centuries since the last transmission from the Sol system. Humanity was declared extinct due to a final war that destroyed their world. The Galactic Council, filled with arrogance and peace treaties, saw no threat in the ashes of a primitive race that believed nuclear weapons made them gods. Then Titan arrived. Commander Beckett stood motionless on the bridge, arms folded behind his back, boots planted on solid steel, and the stars stretched out in front him. The Titan-class warship Vanguard, humanity's last and deadliest relic, entered the Epsilon Aerodani system without warning. The Council's newest station was eclipsed by a 9,000-meter shadow, like a predator over prey. There was no fanfare or hail. The bridge was too quiet. The silence conveyed certainty rather than fear. Everyone on board had prepared for this. They were not diplomats. They were not explorers. These weapons were created in the final stages of Earth's destruction. Beckett's deep, cold voice broke through the silence. "Commander, the status orbit has been achieved. No resistance. The Council station is powering up shields." Lieutenant Graves replied, "Their fleet is scrambling to intercept." A wiry man with scars under each eye and unshaken hands. Response: none. They are scanning us. Passive, possibly trying to identify. There is no match for our signature. Beckett smirked. Of course, they didn't. The Vanguard did not appear in any databases. The technology was old school, with unnamed cores. It was rumored to have been scrapped prior to the Earth's collapse. Rumors were incorrect. Beckett ordered, "Hold your position. Open a direct channel. There's no encryption. I want them to hear us loudly and clearly." The communications officer nodded, tapping his fingers on a screen until hollow static filled the bridge. A moment later, the translation AI alerted. Connection was established. "This is Commander Beckett of the warship Vanguard, the last member of Earth's military command. You are facilitating illegal weapon development in a neutral sector. This is a violation of the Sol Legacy Accord. Comply or be erased." Silence. A dozen alien species sat frozen in Bora Prime's council chamber, staring at the live feed. The humans had returned, but not as diplomats. The warship was not a ship. It was a monument to terror. The heat signature was unlike anything they'd seen since the Velker Wars. The hull was matte black and jagged like broken bones. The main cannon aimed directly at the station's core reactor and glowed a faint red. Ambassador Corton, a reptilian tactician from THRE's Dominion, broke the silence. "That warship is a ghost. They are extinct. This must be a trick." The Council's leader, Chancellor Vayon, stood slowly. "There's no trick. That is not a simulation." The timer on the Vanguard ticked down. Beckett had given them 60 seconds. He wasn't lying. Earth had burned due to delays. There would be no negotiations now. Graves announced 45 seconds. The Council eventually responded. A single line of text appeared on the communicator's screen. "We didn't know. Please do not fire." Beckett stared at it, unreadable. "They always beg when the guns are at their throats," he muttered. "They forgot who we were." 30 seconds. He remembered Earth. Cities are reduced to ash. Friends were buried beneath collapsed bunkers. Politicians fled as soldiers died. Beckett witnessed his brother burn alive during a failed evacuation. He promised that if humanity ever returned to the stars, it would be as kings or nothing. Kings didn't kneel. "Bring the main cannon online," Beckett said. The Vanguard hummed deeply and menacingly. The stars outside dimmed as energy accumulated in the forward spine. Lights flickered on the bridge. "The Council has sent another message. We want to negotiate. Let's explain." Beckett's eyes narrowed. He said that it was too late for explanations. The main cannon's charge illuminated the Vanguard's bridge in a low crimson light. The bulkheads were pulsing like hell. The ship's bones echoed with a warning growl as the pitch of the mechanical whine rose. Outside the viewport, the stars trembled beneath the angry hum of pre-firing systems designed to destroy civilizations. But Commander Beckett did not flinch. His eyes were fixed on the screen, the message blinking in desperation. "We want to negotiate. Let's explain." Explain? That was lavish. He could almost taste the irony. The Galactic Council, who abandoned Earth during its final hours, sought to explain their actions. Despite the solar system pleading for help, refugees sending distress calls, satellites burning in orbit, and the sky turning red, there was no response. There was no word, no ships, no relief, and no acknowledgement. Now they wanted to talk. Graves said cannon was at 92%. His voice was steady and clinical. The target lock has been confirmed on the station's primary fusion core. The estimated vaporization radius is 700 kilometers. Beckett offered a slow nod. "Keep it charged." He walked from the viewport to the command table in the center of the bridge. A hologram of the station appeared above it. The orbital hub resembles a silver horseshoe, with outdated shield arrays and plasma turrets. A peace-era relic. It was not designed for war. It was designed for arrogance. Beckett asked to see the Council's fleet. A second hologram flickered to life. The fleet included 16 ships, a small escort formation, 2 dreadnoughts, 10 cruisers, and 4 patrol skiffs. A typical Council response. Enough firepower to deter smugglers or suppress an uprising on a remote colony. But they hadn't come to fight. They came to observe and contain. They had not even activated battle formation. The fools thought Vanguard was pulling a fast one. A bluff? They had no idea. Commander Graves stated, "Incoming transmission, direct visual feed." Beckett turned. The screen above the command table flickered. And there she was. Chancellor Vian. Her voice was clearly audible across light years. Her tone was sharp and polished. Her expression was that of 1,000 committee meetings and no battles. Soft features, nervous eyes, and well-practiced diplomatic lips. "Commander Beckett," she stated, "we recognize your presence and authority." The Council had no idea that Earth still maintained operational fleets. Despite its alarming nature, this encounter does not have to turn violent.